Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. And if you're just visiting, please consider subscribing. So today's video is going to be on my favorite rose scents. As I mentioned previously, rose is one of my all-time favorite notes that I've loved for as long as I've used perfume. And I've accumulated quite a few rose fragrances in my collection that I wanted to share with you. And I decided to divide rose scents into three categories: nighttime rose, daytime rose, and anytime rose. I think the titles are self-explanatory. So let's start with nighttime rose. I have two fragrances here. First one is Nina Ricci Lake Stas. This of course was created by the famous Francis Kurkdjian, the creator of Baccarat Rouge 540. This is a stunning, very, very sweet, jammy kind of rose. It is very juicy and delicious and womanly. And I don't think I'm gonna go through all the notes in this video, just kind of give you my impression of each one of the fragrances. So for me, this is definitely for nighttime. I would not wear it during the day. Second one, you've seen mentioned several times already. This is Maison Lancome Roses Barbaranza. And this is also a very sweet rose, although less so than Lake Stas. And this one has the addition of rum, which makes it a little bit boozy, a little bit more deep. There is a nice sort of sourness that comes from pistachio. And overall, I think this is a very romantic kind of fragrance. Like if I was going on a date somewhere in the evening, I would choose this one. Okay, so I only have two for the nighttime rose. Now for the daytime rose. The first one I have is from Dolce & Gabbana, and this is Dolce Rosa Excelsa. I think that's the way it's described. I'll put a picture of the full bottle. This is very fresh, light, kind of watery rose. It is very girly and very romantic. Like if I was going on a picnic somewhere for a first date, I think I would choose this rose. Of course, the lasting power on this one is not great, and that's probably why I don't wear it that often, but it's a very, very pleasant fragrance. Next one I have is from Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and this is A La Rose Low. Now I just have a sample here, which I'll show you. Let me actually spray this one. This is very rich and subtle at the same time. It is feminine and sophisticated. It's like you're walking into a rose garden. I think he has many types of roses in this one. I could be wrong, but they're so beautifully blended together. This is a stunning rose. As you see, I just have a sample for now. Haven't pulled the plug on a full bottle, but it's definitely a possibility for the future. My next choice for daytime rose is Easia from Sicily. I think this fragrance really deserves more hype than it gets. It's not often talked about. And it's a very interesting type of rose. It's a citrusy rose, and when you spray it initially, you sort of get that a little bit of a sharpness from aldehydes, but it quickly disappears into a very, again, fresh, airy, feminine rose. It is beautiful. I love wearing this during the day. So those were my 3 choices for daytime rose. And now let's talk about anytime rose. So obviously it's a rose fragrance that can be worn any time of the day. So my first choice is none other than Parfums de Marly Delina. I mean, enough has been said about this one. This is obviously rose with lychee and rhubarb. It has that tartness, sharpness from the rhubarb at the beginning, which is my favorite part of Delina. It lasts for a really long time, and it's not too much in your face, and that's why I think this can be worn anytime. Next one is from the House of Boucheron, and this is called Quatre en Rose. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. You can see the really cool top that just screws up and down. So this is sweet, bubbly rose. I think this is very versatile. It is very charming. There is an addition of blackcurrant in this fragrance, and maybe that's why I've read a lot of reviews that compare this to Armani C. I've tried Armani C, and in my opinion, they're not similar at all. I mean, yes, there is blackcurrant in both, but it doesn't make them similar. This is really about rose, bubbly, slightly sweet rose. This is beautiful. I couldn't do a rose video without mentioning again Flora Botanica from Balenciaga. What can I say about this one? This is a very special rose, very different from all the rest. This is dry, minty, slightly herbally rose that has sweetness at the same time. This really makes a punch. This is strong but not overpowering. This is a stunning fragrance. Deserves all the hype that it's been getting lately. It's been a staple in my collection for many, many, many years and will continue to be a staple. So that was also 3 fragrances that I had for anytime rose, and I have one honorable mention, and this is Annick Goutal Rose Pompon, and this is Eau de Toilette. In general, I would classify this as a daytime rose. It's clean, fresh, slightly floral. It's a very young rose. So why didn't I include it in my daytime rose? Well, the big problem for me with this fragrance is the longevity. It is atrocious. It doesn't last at all. I mean, maybe a couple hours if I'm lucky, sometimes barely an hour. So I really enjoy using this fragrance at night before I go to bed. And yes, I do like wearing fragrance to bed. So that's when I like to use this one, because it's not too strong. Like I said, very fresh, doesn't last long, doesn't interfere with sleep, I guess. So that's Annick Goutal Rose Pompon. So these are my favorite rose fragrances at the moment. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and let me know, what is your favorite rose fragrance? I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye!